Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be painting another Titan. Ali's picked a second one to do because the first one we got through quite quickly. So, which one are we doing this time? Gaia. Yes. Now, the question is with this one, where the hell do you start? We have some interesting, whatchamacallit, interesting efforty bobs here. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Yeah, okay. Right, so first off, let's do her skin tone. And for that, I am thinking something along the lines of Bent Blade Brown. A different skin colour. She's a Titan, so why not have something different for her? Oh yeah, we have a lot of this to go on, so let us get cracking. I have based up Kronos. He's looking quite nice now. Before we start this, let's show you. I've done exactly the same as I did with the others. It's a case of the Grell and Earth around one part, and the Galeria medium grain gel on other parts. I was going to do a bit of both, but I thought there needed to be a bit more of the Grell and Earth on this one rather than the other one, the Galeria paint. On this one I'm thinking more Galeria gel rather than the cracked earth, because why not? Let's get on with it. Right, so we have that. Let us get the brush that we're using, give it a bit of a water it down, and into the paint and onto the mini. Now I'm going to change the eyes on the I decided to change the eyes on the Titans. The gods I did in yellow. The Titans I'm going to do in red. Give it a red glow rather than the yellow glow that I used on the gods, just to not really so much make them different, but just to show, just so they aren't all the same. So I'm not going to, because the eyes are quite prominent on this mini, I'm not going to be going over everything like I would normally do when I'm painting a model, because I can actually see the eyes on this. They are quite prominent, as you may be able to see already. doesn't look too bad now. So hopefully you can see why I've chosen this colour. I think it will fit in well with the colour I'm going to be doing the wood areas, all the twigs and everything that's her hair and the wood that's wrapped around her and sprouting out of her arms and legs. And yeah, just making sure that I've got everywhere that I can get at. I believe so. A little bit on the back of the shin here, calf rather. Yeah, and that's that step done. Next step is the dress, I think. And for that I'm going to use Lauren Forest. Now, oops, I'm trying to get myself framed. I'm trying to get this framed a bit better. But yes, Lauren Forest, that's the one we're going for. Did I just show that? I can't remember. Oh, another thing as well, during the Chronos stage of painting, I'd forgotten to format the hard drive, the memory card on that camera there, that one, this camera here, the one that you're looking at with me, and it cut out part way. I have actually wiped the memory cards on these, so we shouldn't have an issue with that happening again. I say shouldn't, depends how long it takes me to paint this, but hopefully it should last us out. I think the settings on the camera now will record, I can't remember whether it's over 3 hours or over 3 hours something or other, or 4 hours something or other. Either way, we have enough space on the memory card to cover the painting of this model. It's not going to take that long to paint this, I hope. Not the way we do it anyway. I'm not one of these who spends hours and hours and hours over days and days painting minute detail in models. I just want them to look good enough that when they're on the table they're a bit of a talking point. I want them for gaming purposes, but I also want them nice to look at. So that's the thing there. So the difference is when you're spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and days painting all the little details on these minis, the last thing you want to do is start using them to play the game, because you'd be scared that the paint's going to get chipped off, or the mini gets dropped and broken, or some such, or it gets damaged in some way, and that's something that I don't see the point of if you're using the minis for gaming. So I just paint them up to, in the case of these ones, an above gaming standard, I think. But other people might have a different take on how I paint my minis, but that's how I think they are. For me, they're an above gaming standard. The Vampire Hunter ones, I'm just doing them as basic gaming standard. These ones, because they're such nice models, I'm spending that little bit more time on them and trying to get them looking awesome. And I think what I may do, I may actually go over the dress with a wash as well to darken it down a bit. Just for the sake of it. I'm not doing it everywhere. I may just do it on the dress, just for the sake of, I say, making it easier to highlight for me. But so we'll see how it dries first of all. This is the hard part, actually trying to get the brush into certain places. I've just gone over the top of the leg with this, but I don't think anybody's going to notice that once it's finished painting. But there we are. Let's have a look. Oops. That looks about right. I don't think I've missed anywhere doing that. Not missed anywhere doing that, but I have missed some of these models are not easy to paint, and it's not for the sake of quality issues, it's a case of the moulding, or the actual the model itself being awkward to get the brush into. Ah well, there we are. Well, we've nearly finished the dress. I was going to say I'll put some music on and get this on fast forward, but it's almost finished now, so I'm not bothered doing that. I'll just carry on chatting about what I'm doing. I thought the green would be a good idea because there's no leaves or anything on the branches, so I thought, what do you normally see on trees? Leaves. Leaves are green usually, so let's give her a green dress. You know, that's very basic thought process going into this, but hopefully it's a thought process that will work. I don't exactly know. I've not looked at anybody else's minis, painted minis for this character. I have for others, but not for this one. There's a few I haven't looked for. There's a few I have because I wanted to see what certain things, or see if I could identify what certain things was. For this one, I've just thought, what the hell, let's go for it, get it done. I did have a look at Kronos because I couldn't work out what the mini was exactly, and then I realised it was fire and smoke. So after looking online and seeing other people's paintings of it, it's all fire and smoke, so that's why I did that. I mean, I'm hoping that not many people have done the green dress. If they have, that's fine and dandy, but I thought that it would be the way I wanted to take this mini, so that's why I've gone for it. So we just carry it on. The Kronos videos, by the way, before I forget, the Kronos videos are edited and uploaded to YouTube. They will be available to watch Monday. I think I've done it Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 1 o'clock GMT. I'm saying GMT, it's UK time, shall we say. Greenwich Mean Time is the GMT, so it will be available to watch Monday, Wednesday and Friday of next week if you're remotely interested. which, judging by the viewing patterns for the Mythic Battles videos I've done, people are interested in that one. It's a big game, so I can't say I'm surprised. But there we are, that's Gaia so far. And after even after checking to make sure I've not missed anything on the flesh, I've just noticed that I've missed something on the flesh. There. Well, that just goes to show you, no matter how much you look, if you're seeing the colour too much, it can sometimes blend into the primer. You only tend to notice it when there's another colour beside it that you need to sort it out. But the thing is, don't be too worried about it. And I'm making sure I cover that bit of green up, because as I said, I'll know it's there, and it won't be a source of, or the mini won't be a source of enjoyment for me if I know I've made a mistake on it somewhere. Oh, I know I need to make it not that I've made a mistake, that I've done something that needed adjusting. That's the mindset I try to get into when I'm painting. You don't make mistakes. There's just minor adjustments that need to be made every now and again. So if you get into that mindset, it's a much more easygoing, stress-free what you call it, hobby to get into. Yeah, just don't worry about it. The more important things to worry about in life, this is supposed to help you to get away from all those. There we are. So that's Gaia done so far. Let us now go along with all the wood areas on this. And if you know me at all by now, and you've been watching any of these videos for any length of time, you will know that I pick a certain paint colour for when I'm doing anything that's wood. And I'm not going to disappoint you, because we are going to be going with Dryad Bark once more. Yes, I do like this colour. And, oops, we need to get some of this on our palettes. And I just want to brush it straight onto the hair here with this big brush, just to save a little bit of time. I'm going to go all over the areas that I would with this, so I'm going to shut up, because you've listened to me babble on for a while. I'm going to shut up, listen to some music, and then you can watch this in fairly high speed and just see what it looks like if what you call it, one of the Marvel superheroes was doing it, like Quicksilver. Okay, here's some music. Right, we're coming to an end of this part now. I think all the twigs and wood areas are done, near enough. A few areas I may need to just touch up on, but that's about it really. The dress we're going to have to do a little tightening up on, same as the skin tone, because I know I've gone over both with some of this dryad bark, but that's it. Again, it's alterations, adjustments. We're used to it, we expect it, so we don't bother too much when we need to do it. And there we are. Just making sure that everywhere that needs to be this brown colour is. I want it in all the crevices and whatever. I don't want any of the grey showing at all, if I can help it. And I think I've managed. Oops, there's a big bit there that I've not done at all. There we go, so we'll just go over that like so. Waka. So it's just a case of just looking round at the mini and seeing what areas there are and making sure we've got them all. It looks fine to me at the moment. The chances are I will see somewhere that I really need to do, but I can't see it at the moment apart from here. Oh, there's a bit there that I hope I can get into with this brush. Yep, there we are, and that's that. If I see anywhere else as I'm painting, I can always go back, that isn't a problem. So let's carry on with the next colour, which will be just a case of touching up with the Baneblade Brown on the skin tone areas, because we definitely need to make sure that it's skin tone and not the wood tone on the skin. So make a pass over all the areas that we've done, especially, or taking special note of where we've actually painted the wood, because we want to make sure that it is skin and not wood that we're seeing. And try to be careful and just do the skin and not go over the wood again, because we don't want to be going round in circles, painting a bit of wood and then painting skin to cover the parts of the wood and then having to go back and paint the wood again. These vicious circles don't do anything for the mini. Okay, so I think that is it. Oops, nope, there's a bit there that needs doing. The majority of the slight mistakes are on the majority of the adjustments are on the dress, I think, because it was clinging more to the dress rather than the skin tone. So we'll moisten the brush somewhat, get back into the green colour that we use for the dress, and we'll go over once more the dress, making sure that we have a solid colour on the dress. Some areas that I've missed originally, which we can go over now, and some areas I just need to touch up on, which again we can do now. And that should actually be okay. Yep, that should do the job quite nicely. Can't see anywhere that I really need to take more notice of. Okay, that's that bit done. Next, all the rocks that she's standing on. We'll do those first, give the rest of it time to dry. So the rocks we're going to do, just for a change, with Incubi Darkness. I don't know whether you can see, but my palette is drying up a little bit. Need a little bit more water in there. I'm just going to go and take care of that, and I won't be a second.